This has been awesome for me to talk to you because you and I have spoke about this before, but when I was growing up, when I was between the ages of 7 to 12, I would always go visit my dad in Houston every summer. And I made countless games to the Astrodome. I remember watching Jose Cruz, Mike Scott, Phil Garner, Terry Poole, all these guys, and to know that one day I would actually be here talking to you, knowing you, and actually interviewing somebody who I watched all those years take care of those players is absolutely a really cool thing for me to see this thing go full circle in my life. So I appreciate your time in this interview. And you know, any parting words you want to leave with aspiring strength coaches?
Do your homework. You know, do your work. Be willing to work. Do more than expected. One of the things I always did in spring training was we put our running program together. So Mondays we have the program that what we're going to do on Tuesday, and of course we might have to adjust if it rains on Tuesday or if the field is a little bit wet. But I always went out at 5:30 in the morning. And the players aren't going to be there until 10, but I would go out at 5:30 in the morning and do the workout. And sometimes I would have to make adjustments on the workout, so I'd have to do the workout twice. But the whole deal was, if I wanted to see how difficult the workout was going to be, I knew what my players could do. And if it was easy for me, it wasn't hard enough for them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I always told the players, initially I told them, I will not ever ask you to do anything that I can't do. And as I got older, it was, I will not ask you to do anything that I will not attempt to do. So, you know, they knew, you know, when I said, hey, it's time to run or it's time to do this, they knew that I'd done it. You know, that okay, he at least he's done it. And we had one situation where a pitcher told me he didn't want to run with me because I ran too fast. And his teammates heard about that and said, that's embarrassing. You know?
Yeah, don't let the coach outrun you, right?
Yeah, you know, especially at the age I was at the time. And, you know, that one statement and his teammates' reaction changed the work ethics of that kid around. And after that, you know, we never had a problem with him. But somebody just simply had to point it out, and that's what being a good teammate is. Absolutely.
Well, that's great advice and great perspective. I think that, too, when players see that you're willing to do the workout yourself, that you've put thought into it. Yes. There's a rationale to it. I think what it also does is it creates empathy, where if it's a very tough exercise workout, you know you went through it, and now when they get to the more difficult part of that workout, you can sit there and you can be there with them and say, hey, rep 8, it's going to get hard. I'm telling you what, you're almost there. You're almost to the end. And so it creates that empathy. So I think that's a beautiful strategy.
Yeah, you know, I learned it in college and didn't know what I was learning. I took theory of coaching football from Bum Phillips. You know, Bum, I don't know whether he was the originator, but he always said, players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that, you know, was a byproduct of that. You know, knowing that I cared enough to do it myself rather than say, we're going to do this. I used to have a running joke with Jeff Bagwell. I used to say, Jeff, we're going to do this or else. And he'd say, or else what? I said, or else I'm going to get fired. And then he would laugh, and, you know, I never had a problem with him doing it. But
no, but seriously,
yeah,
I'm going to get fired.
Absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. I think that's a perfect way to wrap this up. You know, the athletes don't care what you know until they know you care. I think that's a perfect way to wrap this up. Well, I appreciate your time, Gene, and again, thank you to all the information that you have put out there over the years and really created the trailblazed the path for a lot of us aspiring strength coaches. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate being here.
Thank you.